Remember that drawing is really about learning to see. When artists look at things, people who draw all the time, they look at things in shapes. And when you learn to see things in shapes, you can literally start to scale out and put anything together in a drawing format. And the great news is, our brain only needs 10% realism to look at something and go, yeah, I get it, and I understand it. So you're only aiming for 10% realism, which is a really easy thing to achieve. There are 4 basic shapes you need to be able to draw. These are a circle, or you can squash it down to make an oval, a square, or you sort of squash it down to make a rectangle as well, a triangle, and the last one is sort of an amorphous shape. It could be anything that is pushed and pulled outside of these 3. I think you need to be able to master a cloud. Let's look at something that is relatively hard to draw. Let's say a horse. We're going to look at a side-on profile of a horse and we're going to draw that or scale it out using shapes. First shape we need is an oval. Okay, so an oval for the body. What else do we need? Okay, maybe an oval for the head. Okay, rectangle for the neck. Okay, could be a rectangle or a triangle. So legs could be a triangle, or they could be a rectangle. I'll draw both. Now look in this horse, it's still not complete. If you look closely at the horse, there are a bunch of circles. There's a circle at the rump of the horse, on the front shoulder, on the knees, one at the back of the head, and one at the front of the head. And then you need to complete the horse by putting some triangles or something similar on the bottom of their legs. Now look, the shapes provide the structure. And look, we've only used 3 or 4 basic shapes. You know, it's relatively obvious that we've got something along the lines of a horse. Now what an artist would do is they would start to use this framework to start to join all of this together. They'll start to rub out the bits that they don't want, add together the bits that they do need. All of a sudden you have a pretty good looking horse. People will come along and say, oh wow, where'd you learn to draw that horse? That's fantastic. You're so creative. And all you've done is just mock it out using a few shapes as a bit of a wireframe. Here's what people normally do when they go to try and draw a horse. Alright, let's go start the head, something like that. Oh no, it's got some legs, tail. Oh no, I can't draw. Using shapes helps you get something which looks like this rather than looks like this. So if you look at the world in shapes, things become a whole lot easier. And look, when you draw something like this is when the ogre kicks in big time. And look, I'm rarely on the side of the ogre, but look, the ogre has a point. But by using shapes, you can beat the ogre with ease. So remember, look at the world in shapes. Look, think of the things you want to draw and think, what are the shapes which make that object up? And then just practice. Sketch it out first, get your frame right, and then fill in the rest of the detail. And look, if you're feeling really brave, try another animal. A bear, a cat, or even a giraffe, and see how you go.